Israel-Hamas war update. UN agency says no aid deliveries into Gaza from tomorrow. Gaza hospital completely shut down, announces director. Before we dive in details, please subscribe to the channel and stay always one step ahead to know all global important events happening around you. Give a thumbs up and share the video with your family and friends. Let's move on with the video. All communications are down in Gaza because of lack of fuel, UNRWA says. Indonesian hospital in northern Gaza has been completely shut down. Israeli military reports finding operational tunnel shaft in Shifa hospital complex. The Israeli military has said in the last 30 minutes that it uncovered a tunnel shaft and a vehicle with weapons at Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital complex, Reuters reports. In the Shifa hospital, IDF troops found an operational tunnel shaft and a vehicle containing a large number of weapons, the military said, using the acronym for the Israel Defense Forces. The military also made public videos and photographs of the tunnel shaft and weapons. There is no independent verification of the IDF claim at this time. The UN World Food Programme, WFP, has warned that the Gaza Strip now faces a massive food gap and widespread hunger, while nearly the entire population of the Palestinian enclave is in desperate need of food assistance. In a statement on Thursday, WFP Executive Director Cindy McCain said food and water supplies are practically non-existent in Gaza, and only a fraction of aid that is needed is reaching the territory through the borders. She said, with winter fast approaching, unsafe and overcrowded shelters, and the lack of clean water, civilians are facing the immediate possibility of starvation. There is no way to meet current hunger needs with one operational border crossing. The only hope is opening another safe passage for humanitarian access to bring life-saving food into Gaza. Earlier this week, WFP confirmed the closure of the final bakery operating in partnership with the agency due to lack of fuel. Bread, a staple food for people in Gaza, is scarce or non-existent, it said. The shortage of fuel is also crippling humanitarian distribution and operations, including the delivery of food assistance, it said. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, has said there will be no aid deliveries into Gaza from the Rafah crossing from tomorrow because of fuel shortages. Recap: all communications are down in Gaza on Thursday night. The head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, said Gaza was in a total communication blackout and that he feared the blackout could heighten panic in the Gaza Strip and erode civil order. The main telecommunications companies confirmed no telecom services were working because of the lack of fuel. The Indonesian hospital in northern Gaza has been completely shut down, and about 45 patients who urgently need surgery have been left in the reception area. The hospital chief, Atef Al-Kalout, has said. Al-Ali Hospital is currently under siege by Israeli tanks, and a violent attack is underway at the hospital, the Palestinian Red Crescent Society, PRCS, said on Thursday. Combine this with the shutdown of hospitals, and you have a perfect storm that's brewing a humanitarian crisis. Gaza's hospitals, already strained, are now completely closed, leaving many without access to critical care. The sick, the injured, those with chronic illnesses are all left in limbo, their fate hanging by a thread. The implications are far-reaching, touching every corner of life in Gaza, from the elderly who rely on regular medication to the children who need vaccinations. The halt in aid deliveries and the hospital shutdowns are not just inconveniences, they're matters of life and death. And let's not forget the mental toll, the fear, the uncertainty, the despair. It's a psychological burden that weighs heavily on the people of Gaza, compounding the physical hardships they are already enduring. As the world watches, the unseen impacts of the Israel-Hamas war unfold, leaving the people of Gaza in a dire situation.